the city of Ahmedabad. That is the city, and you can see the video, amateur video here of an Air India jet with 242 people aboard, maybe more than that if you include the crew, crashing as it struggles to gain altitude just outside the airport. Now, we have a live shot of the hospital near that crash. We have not heard any word of survivors. We know that most of the plane was filled with Indian citizens. There were some British citizens as well. So many questions still left to ask. Of course, the first thing that comes into a lot of people's minds, especially because Ahmedabad, that city, is pretty close to the Pakistan border. It's not that far from the city of Karachi. Some people will be asking whether terrorism was involved. From that video that I saw, I would guess not. But again, that is just a guess. We do not have confirmation that this is not a terrorist attack. It does look mechanical, however. Now, as you know, on this program, as I bring in Mike Ring, who is the CEO and co-founder of Old Glory Bank, as you know, on this program, very often I ask everyone to take a look at what the financial markets are doing, not because we're crass, not because we only care about money, but because the people with money and skin in the game sometimes can help us tell a true story. And what we're looking at right now is it looks like the investment markets believe this might be a Boeing issue or a Rolls-Royce issue, the Rolls-Royce making the engines. Boeing shares in the pre-market are down about 7 or 8%. That's a lot. As you might imagine, and Rolls-Royce shares, Rolls-Royce Aviation, I should say, because it's split off from the car company, their shares are down between 2 and 3% in British market trading. Mike Ring, again, I'm not asking you to be a terrorism expert or an aviation expert. I'm not one either. However, what we can say, of course, this is a terrible tragedy, and this will affect the financial markets. Will be, in my opinion, one of the places that we can look at to get a clue on what may have really happened, even before we hear from the investigators.
Yeah, Boeing, and actually, I am a pilot, obviously not a multi-engine jet pilot, but it is Boeing has had such a tough run for so many years with their challenges, and including delivering our own Air Force One. They're behind. What a tragedy. Our hearts and prayers goes to those families. I am with you based on our amateur view of that, and the video does not look like a terrorist explosion. Doesn't look like even pilot error, because that plane is at a stall speed trying to land without thrust. I believe it's an engine issue, and we are so sorry for this, and not a great way to start your show, and what a shame. But you're right. I think Boeing and or Rolls-Royce will suffer from this.